We have to believe in the heart of the card.
And I will always love you.
Yes! Alright, so quick team breakdown, team analysis before we jump into the actual battle itself. Yeah, this team is just to take advantage of Skunk Tank being in the tier of NU, of course. It's really, really good in the tier. Most times when something drops it from a higher tier to a lower tier, I complain about it, but I'm actually really enjoying Skunk Tank in NU. But like, you basically pursuit trap any ghost and psychic type in the tier. And any that you don't pursue trap, you like kill with sucker punch. Like Golurk, you can sucker punch. Mismagius, Haunter, Musharna, uh, Kadabra. You can basically pursuit trap all of those Pokemon for free. It's really really good. It's my defogger. I have Poison Jab because in the higher tiers I don't run Poison Stab, but Poison Jab hits Granbull, Mega Audino. It hits I guess Leafeon. It hits like all the grass types that are out there. What's the thing? The Swift one, Ludicolo. Ludicolo is another grass type that's nice to hit with the old Poison Jab and follow up with the Sucker Punch. So it's actually quite good in the tier of NU because there's just so many grass types. Moving on from there, we've got physically defensive Audino. It's my obligatory Wish Passer that I run on pretty much not. I don't run Audino on every team, but it's nice to have a Wish Passer, and I like to run a Wish Passer on pretty much every team because that's just me. I'm paranoid that my defensive walls are not going to last, and a lot of defensive walls in this tier don't actually have good enough recovery like Regirock, Skunk Tank, as we see. So I run Wish. I run a Wish Passer to keep my defensive core at least semi-healthy. It's the Calm Mind Audino because Calm Mind Audino is really really good. The only move I'd be missing out on by not running Calm Mind is by running Calm Mind. Sorry, is I'd be missing out on like Heal Bell. So, no, this is perfectly fine. Calm Mind at least gives me another win condition. Physically defensive, can take on pretty much most physical attackers in the tier, or at the very least survive hits from almost every physical attacker. Most Shell Smashers you can survive a hit from. Really, really good. Um, mixed defensive, Regirock. Now, the special defense means you can take on Pyroar, because HP Grass doesn't do very much with this investment here, and I believe the defense investment, I believe I put that so Sock can't 2-hit KO me, or it's either it can't 2-hit KO me or it can't OHKO me. I can't remember how powerful Sock is um, compared to like Regirock. It's like with close combat. It's really good though, really good investment. Stealth Rock, so I can have a rocker. Rock Slide, it's stab, it misses like a bit less than Stone Edge. It still misses all the time, but it hits like the flying types that exist. But I don't know, like it's a good move. Drain Punch because I used to run EQ, but well, Drain Punch hits most of the same things like Clang Clang stuff like that. And at the very least, I get a bit more recovery in this way. And then T-Wave, because that's what all the good players use, right? You spread that T-Wave, get those skillful paralyses, and it's all good. Clear Body, because I should never get O-Code anyway, so what's the point using Sturdy? We've got Little Mac, the Sock, which is one of my favorite Pokemon in NU as well. We're running Adamant, Max Attack, Close Combat, Knockoff, Zen Headbutt for Wheezing, Ice Punch because I don't like missing Stone Edge. Ice Punch still hits things like Xatu, still hits things like a lot of flying types, still hits a lot of things quite nicely. Oh, Vileplume, that's another thing I was going for. Still hits stuff like Vileplume. I might switch this to Stone Edge when, you know, Ice Punch doesn't do enough damage, and then I might switch it back to Ice Punch when I miss Stone Edge 12 times in a row. Choice Band Sock, there isn't very much that just switches into this with ease. So yeah, I'm using it. It's really, really good. Sturdy over Mold Breaker because I like Sturdy. I usually run Mold Breaker, but like for like wheezing, so I can EQ it, or for like Crustle, so I can OHKO with the Stone Edge through sturdy, but through its sturdy. But yeah, sturdy is quite a good move and quite a good quite a good ability. And my team is a little bit slow, so it's nice to have something to take the hit and then just kill the fast threat back. We've got Executor. Now I ran Life Orb before, but I don't know. I wanted to try this out. May switch this around quite a lot. We're just doing sub Citrus Berry, the old Harvest, Sleep Powder because Sleep Powder's such a good move. You basically get a free kill, then Dual Stab, because why not? The EVs here. This will let me outspeed base 65 speed Pokemon with like 8 speed investment anyway, because you have like 4 left over, and then you have another 4 when you take off 248 for HP. This should be gone. So then you have like 8 left. Well, this lets me outspeed base 65 Pokemon even if they put the last 8 in speed to be cheeky. So notably Roselia. Roselia is a bitch to deal with. So outspeed Roselia. Also notably Sandslash. I can switch in on EQ and not die to knockoff the next turn. Pelipper is another Pokemon. They rarely carry Air Slash anyway, but hey, I can outspeed Pelipper. Another thing I originally ran to outspeed was Lantern, but just to outspeed their Volt Switch. But like Lantern won't stay in, and they won't risk the Volt Switch anyway, so no reason to. And I can sub up on it if they really want to Volt Switch. But that's Executor. Quite a solid poke. I mean, everyone says it's got pretty good bulk, but it doesn't really have very good bulk. In my opinion, it's like an average poke. It's got average, 85, 95, 65 is just average. In my opinion, it's not bad though. It's decent enough to be considered, I guess, a bulky tank-ish, I suppose. And that 125 special attack stat is, well, it's nice to play around with. And then last Pokemon is again one of my favorite Pokemon in the tier itself. That should also be gone. The obligatory Scarfed Haunter that is on every NU team that I make. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Dual Stab, hits basically everything but Poniard is the only notable thing I can think of. Other than that, we got Trick for things like the old Cradily, things like Special Walls, Miltank. Anyway, anything that just scares me. And I've got Destiny Bond. I originally ran Energy Ball for Quagsire, and after that, the other thing that I would run would be like Thunderbolt for Mantine or HP Fighting for Poniard, or even like HP Ground for this thing, the old Skunk Tank. But I really think Destiny Bond would be better for switching into Malamar on the close combat and then just taking it out in one hit as they knock me off and I kill them. That's what I think, at least. And then after that, if I trick away the Scarf, I do still have some utility with the old Destiny Bond, if I so choose, because I'll be able to switch out moves. I don't know. I like the idea of Destiny Bond to deal with things that are absolutely terrifying. So that's what I'm choosing with. So that's the team, and yeah, I guess I'll start the battle now. All right, so I'm on the other side again. That's I don't know. That's just a common occurrence with me. My opponent is he. I actually played him a bit earlier, and I played really bad, so I lost. But like the point is, we kind of know each other's sets. But I mean, most of our sets are standard anyway. Well, most of them. Like most of my sets are just standard because I just kind of made this team. I kind of just threw the team together just to take advantage of Skunk Tank and Haunter and good Pokemon together. So it's not a very no real gimmicks on this team. So I just kind of threw the team together. So they're all quite standard, move sets. But uh, yeah, he beat me quite easily, as a matter of fact. But I told him in the chat, if we ever battle again, don't worry, I'll give you a better battle because last one I gave him was really bad. And actually did give a quite a good battle this time. And funny thing, he's actually in the top 10 on the NU ladder, which is quite interesting. He was top number 10 when he battled me last time, and he needed exactly 10 points to become top 9. And I only gave him 9 points when I beat him, which bit of a shame. But yeah, so top 10, top 9 player right here that I am battling. So I'll start over. I will just start into the battle. Leads off with Golurk and I leads off with Sock, and I actually didn't realize it was him at the until this play right here, because this is the exact way that the first game started. Me going for knockoff on the Golurk and him bringing in Rocky Helmet, um, Granbull, and breaking my Sturdy. So that's a bit of a shame. And so he brings in Regirock now, and EQs me and deals quite a lot of damage, and so anyway, he switches out here into Xatu, predicting my Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to switch into Sock. I don't even remember what I was predicting at this point. So I switch out into Skunk Tank on his Psychic, because I don't know if he's max speed or not. I know he's Calm Mind, but I don't know if he's max speed. I'm going to Pursuit, and this is where I see he has the Culper Berry, so that doesn't do very much, but at the very least, he no longer has a Culper Berry, so Sock can, hit him up with the knockoff if he needs to. I'm going to switch into Sock here on expecting to be Stealth Rocks. I didn't actually learn this set until what his set was until the very end. Now I go for a knockoff here, not really expecting, but thinking he could go into Golurk. If he doesn't go into Golurk, at the very least I hit the old Audino. Not Audino, the Granbull. So I pull out into Haunter and he doubles into Golurk, and that works out for me quite nicely. Pulls into Pyroar on the Shadow Ball, which is okay. I do have Skunk Tank, which isn't the best switch in unless he goes for HP Grass, predicting the Regirock. So that worked out for me. Good thing I didn't pull into Regirock, but Skunk Tank is a monster. You'll see. Look, he just eats up that Life Orb Fire Blast. Really ridiculous. Skunk Tank is a beast. So I Sucker Punch again, and put him in Life Orb range as he misses the next Fire Blast. Now, it's of my opinion that that miss didn't really matter, because Skunk Tank didn't really do anything else this game anyway. And of course, he would have died to Life Orb at that range anyway. So he brings in Golurk now to get the cheeky Stealth Rocks on my Sucker Punch. You know how it is. I wanted to Pursuit here, because I wanted to, but I didn't, and he pulls into Granbull again on the Sucker Punch. Now I thought he was gonna do something cheeky and pull back into Golurk and be after the Intimidate, take a Sucker Punch and kill me. So I just defogged, but no, he goes for EQ here, and that's gonna kill me. So I guess I should have went for Poison Jab, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I do have Haunter here in the back, and I'm just going to go for Shadow Ball, because his resistances aren't really very much. He does get the special defense drop, twice. But it's in my opinion that he can't really do very much to Haunter anyway. It does force him to switch out, and that's really shitty for him. But yeah, no, the special defense drops did really suck on his part. So I'm a bit sad. That is a bit disappointing, but it lets me get another free kill. And I goes into Caracosta here, and I don't want him shell smashing up and sweeping my team, so I get a good chunk of damage off on him as he goes for the old shell smash. But Haunter is so useful for this battle that I'm gonna have to switch out now. I'm just gonna sack Executor because, well, Executor's not doing anything that I can see. He's got a Xatu, he's got a Golurk that is max speed from what I've seen, so I just sack that. Now Adino comes in and he's gonna just that does nothing. That's a +2 Rock Slide. Does absolutely nothing. Mega Ondino it's pretty ridiculous. If I got Flinch there, I'd probably just cry. But so I pull into Sock here, because he's either going to Calm Mind. If he's going to Psychic, that doesn't really matter. And again, I don't know if he's max speed, but apparently he's not max speed. So sweet. That means I get enough damage off on him that I don't have to trick. Because what I would have done otherwise is trick him a Scarf with Haunter and then just one with Audino, but it's not what he does, so perfect. He pulls into Golurk here and, of course, dies to Shadow Ball. I'm not really sure what he was predicting there. Maybe he could have just wanted to switch into this thing, because, it would take a hit and recover at that point. So that's most likely what he was going for. Go for Rock Slide first turn to see if he wants to go into Xatu, which he doesn't, so that's good. I can take the next hit, barring a high roll, so I just stay in and get Stealth Rocks up, and that means Xatu's dead, so that's good. I don't have to worry about it Calm Minding and sweeping my team. Very good. The only thing I have to be worried about is cradily, so I can go into Haunter here, and I can freely trick because, well, Zatu dies on entry, so I'll just give it the scarf. And as you'll see right there, he's got weakness policy, so that's pretty cool right there. I'm not gonna be doing I'm not going to be doing really that much with Hunter. Um, as you'll see right here with the old Giga Drain, he's going to be he'll be able to kill me before I can kill him. I'm pretty sure. So I go into Audino here because I want to pass a wish into Haunter because I just want to win with Haunter because Haunter's pretty cool. Haunter's a pretty fly guy. So I set up the wish here. And I think he thought that I was just gonna stall him out, so he's like, "Well, screw that." So this is where he forfeits. But no, I just wanted to win with Haunter. But no, it was a fun game. Like I said, that was top ninth player on the entire NU ladder. Really fun. There were quite a few hacks that did come into play. I will admit that the Fire Blast miss with Pyroar. Again, I don't really think it mattered very much because Skuntank didn't do very much the rest of the game, but I can't say it didn't matter because I don't know how the game would have gone otherwise. Special defense drops on Cradily were a bit annoying. I will admit that on his part. He could have always switched and then switched back into Cradily because, the damage output on Cradily wasn't really that much. So, I don't know, he could have switched into, like, Golurk. I don't remember whatever I went for, Sludge Wave or Shadow Ball. He could have just switched into any. Oh, yeah, it was Shadow Ball. So he could have just switched into something and then switched back into Cradily and then recovered off the damage um, from what I remember. But you know, hacks are hacks. This game is a garbage game when it comes to extra effects from moves. We've all had that, and it's really shitty when it happens. But either way, it was a really fun game. I really enjoyed this one.